Hello and welcome to the Creator Circle. I'm Josh Foppel, and you're watching this week's Creator Challenge. On this week's episode, we're going to be doing some drawing, and your materials are going to be 2 sheets of paper and a pen, or a pencil, whatever you want to draw with. Once you have your materials, we'll jump right into it. On these 8 mini sheets of paper, you're going to be drawing different things, and I'm going to give you varying levels of detail from as much detail as you can to as little detail as possible, just making something recognizable. I'll also give you different time sequences, between 30 seconds to a full minute.
Hey guys, as I was editing this video, I didn't realize that I didn't mention you had to rip the 2 sheets of paper. So you have to do that. Rip the 2 sheets of paper so you have 8 mini sheets of paper. And here's some examples of that.
With your first mini sheet, I want you to draw a camera in as little detail as possible. Just make it recognizable. And give yourself about a minute to do this. Alright, real quick. In the interest of time, all I'm going to do is give you the instructions and then give you a couple of seconds so you can pause the video. And then you'll have to time yourself. And then once you're finished, go ahead and hit play on the video again. Anyway, back to your drawing. Finish with the first. Here's the second sheet. On your second sheet, draw a dog in as much detail as possible. And give yourself about 30 seconds to do this one. Okay, third mini sheet. Draw a shadow in as little detail as possible. Just make it recognizable. And give yourself about 30 seconds to do this one. Ready? Fourth sheet. Now draw a vacuum cleaner in as much detail as possible and give yourself another minute to do this one. Alright, you're halfway done. Fifth sheet. I want you to draw sadness. Yeah, your depiction of sadness in as much detail as possible. And give yourself 30 seconds to do this one. Okay, here we go. On your sixth sheet, draw vulnerability in as little detail as possible. Just make it recognizable. And give yourself another minute to do this one. Almost done. Seventh sheet. For your seventh drawing, I want you to draw guilt in as much detail as possible, and take about another minute to do this one. Ready? Here's the last one. For your last drawing, on your last sheet, I want you to draw a non-physical depiction of yourself. Do this in as little detail as possible. Just make it recognizable, whatever that means. And give yourself about 30 seconds to do this one. Okay, you're all done. So what was the point this week? You have your own perspective, but add this to it. Think about the things that I had you draw. Think about the first 4 things compared to the last 4 things that I had you draw. The first 4 things are tangible things, or at the very least, things that you've experienced using your traditional 5 senses. You've seen and maybe used a camera. You've maybe used a vacuum cleaner. You've seen shadows before. And the last 4 things that I had you draw are not things that can be experienced in the same way. But think about what you drew for the last 4 things. Think about what you drew for sadness and what you drew as your representation of guilt. Now think about what someone else would draw for their representation of guilt, or themselves. I just realized I was wearing the headphones and I didn't have to. This part's pretty obvious. You have your representation of guilt, sadness, yourself, and all the other things, and you wouldn't expect someone else's representation to be the same. Everybody's perspective on these things is going to be different. But let's take this one step further. We already covered that the first 4 drawings are things that you experience with your traditional 5 senses. But how did you draw a camera? How did you draw a vacuum cleaner? What about a shadow? What is someone else going to draw a shadow of? Let's just go through them all. Representation of a camera. A dog. A shadow. A vacuum cleaner. Vulnerability. Guilt. And a non-physical representation of yourself. The point is, nobody shares perspective. You can maybe relate or sympathize, but just like fingerprints, no 2 people share the same perspective. How do you apply this to your creations? Well, think about what you feel when you're creating. Think about what your audience feels when they experience your creations. What should they feel? What do you want them to feel? Hope that helps, guys. See you next week.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Creator Challenge. If you liked the video, please hit the like button down below, give us a thumbs up. If you would like to be notified to future videos from the Creator Circle, you can hit the subscribe board that's going to be overtaking my face right about now. And if you want to watch other videos from the Creator Circle, you can hit one of the playlists. It's going to be right here. Alright, thanks guys, I'll see you.